It's Amber Bradley, your host for the unscripted side of LP. It's Talk LP podcast time.
3, 2, 1. 'Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it.
What's up? Talk LP podcast. Talking Tech with Tom. Tom Meehan back in the hot seat. What's up?
How are you?
Good, good. Always good. We were just talking like, you're like, okay. Hey, you've got Talking Tech with Tom every Thursday in the Retail Rundown. So if you're not subscribed and you can fish it out of your junk box, you need to get in there. Because, yeah. Link in the show notes. That's how we do it. I'm enjoying your Talking Tech with Tom because I'm probably the least technical person out there. You're like, no kidding.
I don't know about that. I think you say that, but yeah, no. Every time I talk to you, I think of another tip. So you give me ideas every time I talk to you.
Oh, good. Oh,
Every
good.
time.
Because if you haven't seen the podcast with Tom that is more like Meta glasses, you got to check that out because it's so you have all the cool gadgets, which I love. But your most we didn't even talk about this, but your most recent Talking Tech with Tom. First off, I want to show you something. It's my printed out because I'm old AI prompt tool guide. What do you call it? What's it called? I've got it right here. I don't even know.
Yeah, your prompts. So like I think there's the prompt guide is there, and I think we also did a talking tap on prompts. And for everybody that doesn't know, if you're not using generative AI in some fashion, I think it's important to say this isn't going to replace your job. Like you shouldn't be using this as I don't need to do work. You should really be using it to enhance, help with research. And prompts are the way in which you ask an engine questions, and it is actually really, really important that you ask it the right way, because if you don't, you will get remarkably different answers. And so I was speaking somewhere, and someone was taking pictures of slides, and I said, I should probably spend some time and create a little guide. And then we actually will throw out some of our favorite prompts or things that we're seeing out there in the column on Thursdays. And some will be ones that, I hear other people use, some will be mine. But one of the things about generative AI, so ChatGPT, is it isn't as technical as you think. It's a natural language thing. You got to ask it a question and you got to be descriptive. So you want to say, I'm a loss prevention manager. And, you want to tell it what you do. It'll help with the question.
Do you have to say please? Like I'm very polite when I'm asking it things.
So
Is that unnecessary?
So here's the thing. There's two schools of thought. I don't know which technically it makes a difference, but the school of thought is that if you don't put please in it, that it's easier for it to answer. I tend to talk in a natural way. That's what I do when I ask a prompt. And so yes, I say please and thank you. I find myself typing, that's not what I meant. I meant this. And it works pretty well. The prompting guide is more about when you're asking. I'll use an example, like say you want to learn about a technology, a prompt would be, pretend that you're a room of experts and you have a scientist, a data analyst. You're going through the actual personas and asking the question, or I'm a researcher and I need, to understand about this technology, and this is what I want to know, and this is the point of view I want. The biggest thing here, though, is it's not always right. It's like spell check or Google on steroids. Like that's the way I try to and if you're using it to replace your workflow, you're probably going to have an issue. But if you're not using it at all, it's a miss.
Like kind of like in between. Like I will ask it questions to do research for me. Like when I'm writing my take on Fridays, my most recent my take, what LP and risk pros can learn from Taylor Swift. Last week was the octopus, which I can appreciate. Now, people are like, I just put it in AI. They write me the article. That's dumb as hell, because let me tell you something, and you know this. If people are writing using it, you can tell, right? So, I use it to do research for me quickly, right? Now, what I think the biggest thing is, and this is what we're talking about, is people don't know you got to give it a role. Right? Just like in the prompt, like you're saying, pretend you're a group of experts, which I like that. Right? Like,
yeah, you got to give it a role. Otherwise you'll get a generic. And the other thing is, to your point, is, I often tell people, like, I don't use it to write, but I might say, help me come up with a different title, or I tend to be very direct in everything I do, the way I talk, the way I write.
No.
So sometimes ChatGPT will be like, the tone of this, might not be, and it'll actually say this tone might be off-putting, or this tone might, and so
Wait,
yeah,
wait. You put something in there and it responds to you that this tone might be off-putting?
absolutely, yeah.
Okay, who is that? It's not Chad. Is it Claude? Who's doing that?
Yeah, so if you ever use it is you can do it. You can actually do it in a lot of you if you ask the prompt the right way. So you could say to Claude or ChatGPT or Gemini, but I happen to actually use Copilot quite a bit, which is powered by ChatGPT. But like as you probably do, I write a lot of emails, right? I get a lot of emails, and I come from the school of thought of like, you don't say please and thank you in emails because it's an extra line. Like you just say, can you get this for me? Or, hey, thank you. So a lot of times I'll read an email, and I've learned this. I learned this, years ago. Don't send the email right away. Like sometimes you're firing through things, and I'll literally say, is this email too direct, or what's the tone of this email? And it will tell me, and it will actually, it's called coaching. You can ask it to coach you. You can actually say,
Oh my
I tend
God.
I tend to be too candid in emails. Can you coach me through some things and tell me how you perceive it? It'll say this message
Yeah,
could
to
be
be
off.
honest with you, Tom, I got enough coaches. So last thing I need is some robot trying to coach me on how I talk. It took me 46 years to get to be this direct, and I'm embracing it. I'm
Yeah,
embracing it.
not everybody embraces it.
which I like that. I like that. What would be really cool, and tell me if this is coming, is some device you could strap to people's face that have a constant tone problem, and everything they say goes into a device, and then it comes out with the correct tone. There you go, Microsoft.
There you go, make it. No, but we are seeing, and you will actually probably see in the next couple of months, is that there are models that are going to be much better on natural language that will coach you on presentation, tone, inflection. It's already happening. Like they already exist today. One of the fun ones is so like X, Twitter, Grok has a voice mode that's unhinged that has a pretty remarkably normal conversation. It emulates emotional intelligence. But if you say something that's sarcastic, it will say something back sarcastic and say, like, are we going down this route? So that, while I think that's kind of interesting, what's really interesting is you could have it listen to 10 of your podcasts and say, hey, from a presentation standpoint. So I do see a real value in something that before you might not want to ask. Like you said, I got a lot of coaches already. This is going to give you an objective on your tone based on the model, not based on knowing you. Like I've known you for a little while now, right? It's probably been
Yep.
about 15 years, maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
long time.
And so like you and I have a different understanding of each other, where someone else might be like, whoa, Tom and Amber need to slow down. A little loud. Right? Like,
Yeah,
so
I get that sometimes.
yeah,
I do get that, Tom. I know you're shocked, but
I might as well. Yeah.
but honestly, you make it this long in life, you're tired of sugarcoating things, and that's where we're at. Especially on a Friday, right? When
It is
I'm
a
just
Friday.
waiting for spring to sprung.
It's
Anyway,
a Friday, and I don't even know what time it is, as you know.
yeah, I just like
I'm
a Taco
completely in
Bell
the morning.
bathroom. I don't know
Yeah.
what's happening. Everything's wet. I don't know what's going on. Look, uh, I like your prompt in the last Talking Tech with Tom. I like to say it fast. About predicting future trends. Do you use it often, and is it right predicting future trends? Ask
So
it if it's going to have another global pandemic. Would it know that?
no, so I think the predicting trends piece, reason I put that in there is because one of the number one things people ask me is where I think a technology is going in retail. And so that's why I went and called that prompt out. What it is it's a guide, right? I think that's the way I'd look at it is nobody can predict trends. If someone asked me what I thought the future was, I'd say, well, here's what I think based on what I see, but we know it's not linear. This is that to me, that's more about, hey, what are some things I should be looking at? What are some of the things that I should be anticipating? Is it going to be holistically right? Probably not, but could it be? Maybe it's
Give me
because
something to think about. Like
yeah,
for
that's the
me,
key.
I love that it gives me something else to think about, right? So if I'm asking it to do research, you know, it's just easier to tangent off, right? And I get that like when you're reading, you know? Okay. How about a non-technical question? How many times do you get that a day? Never. People love your technology
Never.
mind.
Although I'm happy to say that I'm starting to get questions more about leadership and business, which is really exciting. To have people go like, "Hey, from a business perspective," because that's where leaving retail and coming here, and it was all of the things that you learn in retail that you don't really realize how complex it is and how it's just a business. So I'm starting to get more, which is really cool. Like,
Well, I mean, let's face it, you shot up the ladder there pretty quick, and you're obviously doing something right because every time you look around, okay, people are gonna be like, he paid her to say this, but it's not true. Control Tech, you guys are constantly putting out valuable things, right? And it's not just, hey, we want to sell you something. It's valuable things that help you in your work, in your life, hey, like the AI prompt thing. I mean, that's a great guide. We're gonna put the link in the show notes for everybody to come
yeah,
download
yeah,
it. But
definitely.
I was gonna ask you, do you read paper books or you read Kindle or
So
whatever it is? It's not a
So
Kindle.
I am not your average. I read, listen. I have paper. I like paper to. I don't. I have books all over my desk. They're all over. I have paper books that I highlight and put notes in paper books. But I travel a lot every week. So I am like Amazon's favorite person because I will buy the Kindle and paper version of every book I have.
What's
And
one you're reading right now?
ooh, you're throwing out there. So what kind of genre? Because I read a lot of books.
Like, let's go with business.
I would say so. I just finished. It's the second time I read it. I read two business books that I'd recommend for everybody to read. One is called Playing to Win. It's a great book, talks about business strategy and the way strategy works. And the other one was Harvard Business Review's Blue Book, the 10 best reads on strategy, but it's not about business strategy, it's about personal strategy and it talks a lot about high performance individuals. Those are the last two I read there. But I usually read a couple books a week. So we should start a book club on TalkLP.
We should.
Yeah, we should.
I like a book club idea. Most recent books I'm reading are on parenting
Yeah.
because
So I
I
read
have a middle schooler.
can we talk about that? Because I read two parenting books that are amazing.
What are they? Go.
So one is called Anxious Generation.
Oh, heard of it. It's on my
So that
list.
so I would absolutely read that. And the other one is called Bad Therapy. And you need to read both of them, in my opinion. I would read both of them. And I would argue that neither one are right or wrong, but it really can help because remember, we both have teenagers, right? So it's
Yeah, it's hell.
yeah,
No, a good kind of hell. It is. Anyway, mine are Doing It Right
yeah.
by Andy Stanley and his wife Sandra. Love them and love that book. And she's 13, so I'm reading also 14 Conversations to Have Before They're 14.
So I'll read both of them. I haven't read those.
Yeah, they're easy reads, big time. Got them in a weekend and well, one weekend each. But anyway, now next on the list, because you know how it's all circulating in the freaking zone, Let Them, Mel Robbins.
Okay.
That's like it's like self-help, but self-help in the
So I
category.
looked over there. There's one other one that has nothing to do with business. It's about Facebook called Careless People. And Facebook tried to ban it. Well, I hope we don't get in trouble for something. They tried to ban it.
Ooh.
Yeah. So as soon as I saw it was trying to be banned, I was like, I'm ordering that. And
Oh yeah.
I'm about halfway through it. And as a techie guy, I like it, but it's a good book about it. And we should do next time we talk, let's talk about social media and children. And
Ooh.
I think it's a really important topic to talk
Yeah,
about.
we could link to the podcast you did with your daughter, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love
We'll have
that.
to do it again because she's now she this kids change a lot in a couple of years. She is a completely different person than when she did that and I would
Ooh.
love to do it again.
That'd be cool. Yeah, because then you could like compare and contrast
Yeah.
because
And
they think they're the same.
yeah, I think she would say some things today that she probably doesn't follow. I would love for her to talk about what it's really like in her perspective versus what's expected.
We'll come back quick. Talking tech with Tom. We're stoked about it. I love these prompts. The prompts are, we can't go on it enough because it's so it's not difficult, but once you get it, it's like, oh my gosh, this is so much easier, because I used your guide, which was awesome. So
we'll do some
thank you for
breaking
stepping
news.
in the hot seat, dude. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll do breaking news. I know we got to go, but I'm going to be releasing soon, and it might maybe it'll be an exclusive with TalkLP.
Okay. I love
Uh,
it.
a prompt guide for investigators.
Ooh,
So
ho.
it's coming. It's coming.
I love that.
So
It's coming exclusively on TalkLP. I don't know,
yes,
but it should
yeah.
be because
So
we're all
it's
the
coming.
rage.
Yes.
Thanks, Tom. We appreciate it, buddy. We'll talk at you soon. Thanks for listening, guys. Follow us, download, sign up for Retail Rundown. We're out.
Cause, no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.